everybody. Duck Cakes for Sale is our book today. Okay. There was once an old woman who left the city to get away from all the noise and confusion. Out in the country, she found a small house by a creek with a big shade tree in the backyard. There's the big shade tree. This is just right for me, she said, and she settled all her favorite old things in a new house. Then she sat down to admire the view from her window. The creek looks lonely, she thought. I'll get a duck to swim in there. And off she went to see the farmer who lived down the road. Have you got a duck I could have, she asked. A duck? Lady, you're lucky. I've got two. The farmer gave her two downy yellow ducklings. Every day the old woman fed grain to her ducklings. In time they grew big. Their down became feathers. They made a nest by the back step. One morning there was a big green egg in it. In a few days there were 6 more eggs, and in a few weeks the eggs were hatched into a new family of ducklings. Oh my, look. The ducklings grew up. Soon there were more eggs. Then there were more ducklings. Then more eggs. Then more ducks. Then more eggs and more ducks and more and more and more until the whole backyard was full of ducks. They were quacking and scolding. They were squishing and squashing in the creek. They were tramping in each other's way. They were making more noise and confusion than there had ever been in the city.
Whoa.
There was no room here for me, cried the old woman, and at once she began to gather the eggs so no more could hatch. Oh my goodness, look at her kitchen.
Oh my gosh, it's filled with ducks.
But there were too many eggs for one old woman to eat, so she made pancakes and lemon butter. Soon her tables were piled high with pancakes, and her shelves were crammed with jars of lemon butter. She made custards and cookies, omelets and pudding, quiches and Yorkshires. She made deviled eggs, pickled eggs, creamed eggs, Scotch eggs, egg salad sandwiches. Every ledge and every lampshade was covered with egg dishes the old woman had made. Still, there were eggs, 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 and more eggs. Every day, in and out. Out in the yard, there were ducks and more ducks in the trees, in the bushes squabbling, on the steps quarreling, in the creek. The old woman had an idea. She made a sign. Duck cakes for sale. Ducks, drakes, custards and cakes, and lots of other things, even feathers. Before long, a car stopped and a man and woman came to the door for custards and cakes. Would you like some tea too? The old woman asked. Oh, yes, please, they said, and they left. When they left, they took enough feathers to stuff a pillow. Look at the kitchen. The man and the woman told all their friends in the city about the tea. Their friends came and brought their friends, and then their friends brought their friends. And soon it seemed like everyone in the city was coming to the country for custards and cakes. The backyard was full of ducks. The front yard was full of people. In the living room having tea, and in the kitchen was full of pancakes, lemon butter, custards, cookies, omelets, puddings, quiches, Yorkshires, deviled eggs, pickled eggs, creamed eggs, Scotch eggs, egg salad sandwiches, and bits of green shell were everywhere. The old woman threw her hands in the air and said, "Help! What am I going to do? I've never seen so much noise and confusion in all my life." At that moment, 2 old ducks pushed their way into the house. They looked the company over slowly and carefully. Then they turned and waddled back outside. They quacked 2 loud quacks. Quack, quack. They lifted their wings and flew off into the evening sky. One by one, the other ducks followed her. In a few days, when the eggs were all gone and the people had stopped coming for tea, the old woman set everything to rights. Then she sat back in her chair and looked out at the view. I wonder, she said to herself as she rocked back and forth in her chair, it might be nice to have one red hen.